Isn't there anybody else who thinks drafting Q Johnson and Bijan Robinson the first round would make this offense fire for the next 3 years and beyond? Come on,
Oh,
man. No,
yeah.
that's 100% of a take there. I'll give my spiel and I'll let Mark do his thing. But I think if you were to give Bijan Robinson, a lot of people say, oh, you just got to go defense. But you got to understand, you would complete this offense to be the scariest offense in the NFL, competing with the San Francisco 49ers, competing with the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you want to win games, you do got to have some offense as well, competing with the Philadelphia Eagles. If he was to be there, I mean, you're giving Jared Goff every weapon that you want. If you're a fan of Jared Goff or if you want to see him succeed, you give him every single weapon for him to do it. I understand that idea. So would I get mad at that? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't get mad at it. And I know a lot of people would, but I wouldn't. What about you, Mark?
Well, if you drafted, the Quentin Johnsons and the Bijan Robinson in the first round, okay, that's fine, man. You're going to have a killer off, even better than 2022, which is hard to figure out, man. So it's like, wow. But, then you're ignoring your defense. So I wouldn't be like, I'd be a little bit upset about it, I think. I'd be like, okay, we got two ballers, but man, now you're getting those second, third, fourth tier guys on defense. So, I like the idea, but I don't like the future of it, man, because then now you're behind again on defense. So I think it's going to be a problem, man. We have to have some guys that can make some stops on defense, man. We have to address it, I think, a little bit earlier than the second and the third rounds in this NFL draft. So the idea is nice. I just don't like the future of it for defensive wise.
Hashtag FGB. How about Ronnie Bell in the fourth or fifth round to play
Ooh.
behind Amon-Ra first down in case gets injured? Well, could be a fact that they may go wide receiver because DJ Chark may not be back too. So that's another thing as well. So, he's about 6 foot tall, Michigan guy. I don't know if they're going to go that route. I think if they go wide receiver, it may be more of an outside, maybe 6'3", 6'4" prospect. Because if you want to look at a guy who kind of take over Amon-Ra, St. Brown if he gets injured, honestly, Tom Kennedy, I think, is a decent backup for him to do that, or even a Khalif Raymond. I think they can play the slot well. I think that they can play whatever Ben Johnson wants them to do. I don't know if they would draft a guy to back up him. I'd probably go size. What do you think about wide receiver, in this case, Ronnie Bell?
I like Ronnie Bell, Michigan kid, like you guys talked about, Super Shredder said in the chat there. He's a good football player. He's a guy that probably would have went in the draft last year, I think, but he got hurt. He did get hurt 2 years ago. He got hurt 2 years ago. Hell of a wide receiver. Hell of a wide receiver. Not the biggest kid. Can fly, though. Great hands. Like Mike said, I think we're going to have to, eventually address the wide receiver room eventually. We got guys like Khalif Raymond on a one more year deal. Are they Josh Reynolds is coming back for only one more year. What's going on with Shark? So, I expect them to put their to dip into the wide receiver room, free agency wise or draft wise. So I like a Ronnie Bell. Not sure if they're going to go that route.
What about trading down and getting a linebacker in the first round? I would love for the Detroit Lions to trade down. I think that would be absolutely amazing. If you can go from like 6 to 9-ish, you can still get the same type of talent there. I think it's vital that the Lions attempt to trade down. The word's attempt. It's not like it's something that happens. You got to have two willing parties. But for sure, I'm with you, Patty Grimes, fully. I think if you can do that, that'd be great. Maybe pick up an extra second-round pick. And guess what? If you'd have 3 of those second-round picks, if you want to move up late in the first round, you can. You can do that. So I think that would absolutely be something the Lions should look into. What do you think about trading down from pick 6?
Yeah, I'm okay with that, Patty Grimes. Brad Holmes, he's shown in the past that he loves the wheel and deal. He's not afraid. He's not afraid to deal with other GMs, other organizations. So if he can go down, he can acquire a couple extra picks. I think he's going to go do it. So I'm okay with it. I trust Brad Holmes. So acquiring more picks is always a bonus in my eyes.
100, man. I think you have to. You have to at least look
Yeah.
for it for sure. And if Brad Holmes does that, yeah, obviously we've seen it. He's a guy that likes to trade up and down, so 100%. Hashtag Lions Nation Unite. What's up with the running back we drafted last season? Does he have a shot at making this team? Jamar Jefferson?
Good question.
He's been
Good
on the
question.
practice squad the whole time.
Yeah.
Right now right now he does because we Justin Jackson's a free agent, but after the draft and after free agency, probably not.
Yeah, it's just up to him. I think Justin Jackson and Craig Reynolds are free agents, and Jamal Williams is still looking for a deal. He was just on NFL Network today. He was on Good Morning Football, so he was on there. But a guy like a Jamar Jefferson, can he do it? It's all up to Jamar, man. He had the talent at Oregon State. He was a late round pick, so who knows, man. Holmes took a shot on him. It's up to him now.
This is a great comment here by Dr. Detroit. Says right here, we always get studs in the second round. 100%.
Yes.
We are really good at getting those studs in the second round.
Yeah.
Oh man, studs. You mean duds? That's for sure.
We get the best. We get the best in the second round. We should just draft in the second round because we're so good at it.
I know.
My goodness.
Let's see.
Yeah, we've been bad.
Look up.
Who'd we draft in the second this year, Mike? Who'd we draft this year in the second or last year?
Joshua Pascal.
See, he was up and down too. He's probably one of our best drafts in a while, but he was like this. He was like a roller coaster. We didn't really know what was going on with that kid.
The second round is just gaudy hell, man.
Showed some flashes, went down. It was like a heart monitor, man. Up and down, up and down. We didn't know what was going on.
With our success rate in the second round, I think we should just always trade the second round pick.
Unbelievable, eh? Unbelievable.
Oh, man. What if Elliott doesn't re-sign? Do we go for Branch from Alabama? I've seen now 4 mock drafts that has Branch safety at 18. I don't think they do that because you got Kirby Joseph and Tracy Walker. I don't believe they do that. What do you think about this? This is to me, this is the biggest one that's a mystery. What do you think about the safety position?
Well, I like our safety position. Like you said, we got Kirby Joseph, who I thought was going to be a developing player, and it got thrown to the fire after Walker went down and played excellent for a rookie. And they got Walker coming back from injury. So, we had Deshaun Elliott. He's a free agent. I don't think safety right now is a huge need. But like we've talked about in the past, they do some 3 safety sets on this defense. You get some more big body safeties out there in certain situations, certain packages. So I don't think it's a need or a must, but it's a guy you just might make sure that you're going to hit on that because that's going to be a guy that is probably not going to play a ton. It's going to right off the bat, and he's going to be a high pick. If you're going for a Branch, it's going to be a higher pick. So you're going to want a guy coming in that's in the first round that's going to play more. But he is a good player, good for the future. But I don't know. I don't think safety is a must. I really don't think it is. I'm okay if they go for a safety, but it's not a must in my eyes, man. I don't know. You?
Super chat here. I don't think it's a must. I think it's a luxury kind of, right, real quick, because of Tracy Walker and Kirby Joseph. I love what Kirby Joseph brought to this football team. But if they went that route, I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to do it because you do need help in the back end of this defense. Super chat here from Steven Liking. Some other cornerbacks not talked about much if we get to. Emmanuel Forbes. I literally, just talked Jalen Jones, Eli Ricks, and Tyreek Stevenson. That's funny, Steven Likens. I don't know if you're here just a little bit earlier. I was just talking about Emmanuel Forbes. He could be a second-round pick if the Lions decide to double dip, and he's the best nickel corner probably in this year's draft. There's a lot of cornerbacks in the draft, just absolutely a ton, and it's crazy. It's crazy how deep it is, but it's the deepest it's been in a long time. Thank you so much for that super chat. What do you think about that? I mean, like, there is even Eli Ricks there, second-round talent.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Steven Likens named a couple good guys, too. Probably the two guys I like the most out of this one is Jalen Jones and Eli Ricks.
He's talking about Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Jeff Berg, the quarterback from UCLA. Yeah, he's good, too. I highlighted him in one of my videos as well. Another late-round option, mobile quarterback that could sit behind there and help out for the backup role, for sure. I think that is a need as a backup. Okay, when I say quarterback, I'm saying backup. So before I get a lot of Jared Goffs thrown at me, I'm talking backup. Because if Jared Goff goes down, you need to have somebody that can hold the fort down for a game or two.
Hold it down for like, a couple weeks or something. If you know what I mean, you need somebody.
Yeah, just somebody, man. Because like, I missed having. Who's that backup to Matthew Stafford? It was Sean Hill, right? Sean Hill. He was a damn good backup, man.
He's good, man.
Yeah.
He was good for all the teams he played for. Just a good, solid backup. Not going to wow you or anything, but he could fit. He could play in 2-3 games in a row if he had to. Hopefully, win you 1 or 2.
Don't blame Easy for Goff's rankings and ratings. He just report the facts. Cooper Rush, I'd like him as a backup for sure. No, I think he'd be a great backup. I talked about him last year for the Lions to have him as a backup. You get a Cooper Rush. It's going to probably cost you a little bit more. Mike White, he's probably going to be a little costly as well. Then you still draft a guy to sit behind there. Who has more sacks in 2023, Aiden Hutchinson or James Houston? Great question by Speak Easy, baby.
It's a good one. I'm going to say Aiden because I think he's going to be starting still. I think Houston's still not going to start yet. He's got to work on a lot of his game. I think he needs to work on his run coverage. He needs to work on if he can drop back as a linebacker sometimes. We already know that he can get to the quarterback, but I don't think he's a 3-down guy yet. But I think, obviously past situations he's going to be the guy coming in, but I still think Aiden's going to get more. I don't know. Be tough.
I'll go James Houston. Why not? I'll go James Houston there. Hello, Mark and Micro Mike. I don't think a quarterback is a priority. You don't win a Super Bowl with a backup quarterback, but you can miss the playoffs. Not having a backup quarterback. Say we're 9 wins. We got to get to 10 wins to make the playoffs. And between this 9-win season, we lose Jared Goff for a game. And we don't make the playoffs because we lost one damn game, kind of just like this last season. That one game you didn't have, it potentially at least gives you a chance to win that game. It would get you to the playoffs. Hell, we've seen it with what San Francisco did. Brock Purdy. They lost Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance. Brock Purdy takes them all the way to the NFC Championship game before they had to go to Christian McCaffrey because they lost their quarterback. Right. So,
of course, yeah.
Perfect.